So how do I look? Jeff, the Stallion, Gallion. I think for sitting on my ass for damn near 4.5 months, I'm looking really good. And, you know, I could go in front of Congress and say, in the past, I would have been a fat pig. See pictures for proof. And you know what? Stevie really works. So when I gave you that call, brother, and I said, I have a pound of JaJa stevia to give you, the best in the world, man. It's pure, and if you put it into water, 8 teaspoons per gallon, sweet. Okay, get used to it. Shit up a storm for 5-6 days, it's gonna smell foul, man. People 4 rooms down be like, God damn, son, did something die inside of you? And that's all the toxins coming out. You're gonna go ripped, man. Okay, seriously, and you're gonna pave the way for a lot of people to follow. And if you do that, Stallion, I promise that when I'm rich, I won't attack Dave Huckabee like I would have had he given me that fight when I said, you know what, my shoulder is fucked, okay? But just punching, you know what, I'll roll the dice with you and go ahead hunting, you know what? And that's when he said, this is MMA, baby. You know what, we kick, we take down, okay? And so I pushed out and had surgery, and my shoulder's still fucked up, brother. Seriously, okay? I was throwing a hook at Jamie Harris' head in sparring, okay? And I was trying to hit him, okay? And he was throwing a straight left hand that, thank God, it missed my chin. Maybe I would have rather taken it. He probably wouldn't have knocked me out if Von Poole couldn't, but it hit my shoulder, okay? And my shoulder got extended, man. It was weird. We both looked at each other and were like, huh? And then it started to hurt. And if you think about it, everything that's in motion, okay, my clavicle, wing bone, chicken bone in the back, that got like torqued. And there's a tear back there that wasn't addressed by the surgeon that fixed me. I said, look, when you go in, you're going to see some old shit from Dan Molina when I didn't tap out for that key lock. And, you know, that's neither here nor there. You know, go ahead and fix it. But it's stuff on the back that I'm concerned about. And so, you know, I'm still feeling it, brother. And, you know, yeah, back then, before that, that would have been the best time for me to actually, you know, face a Dave Huckabee. And, you know, it's like this, Dave. This jacket right here, okay? Notre Dame issue to guys that are in the finals of the bingo bouts, man. Okay? Now, I don't know if you had the talent to play at Notre Dame. I don't know how deeply you did get recruited. You know, we can look into it. And if you're all that, we can start a Dave Huckabee foundation for kids in your position around America that are going to have kids. And it's keeping them from going to school on a scholarship or something, right? And, you know, why not? Because I'll be able to afford it, Dave Huckabee. I can make this liquid by putting stevia in water and blending. And after everything that you see, okay, this safe, soft explosion, you know, of water bursting into what's going to prove to be a natural gas, Nymega. Seriously, because I got all that soap out and a new bottle of water. All right, it weighed 3 to 3.5 grams heavier, and I was like, oh my God, you know what? Making something heavier by taking something out of it. You know what? I was making room for more hydrogen that are natural, heavier, much healthier, and yeah, pure H2O. It brought Peachy back from the dead. All right, my youngest remembers Peachy landlocked on the bed, pissing it, okay? So fucking sick she couldn't get off. Sneezing blood bubbles to the vet because a tumor had burst in her throat, okay? And I brought that cat back into perfect health, Jeff Gallion. And so, you know, it's funny. A video this long in the past would have taken, oh my God, 4 or 5 hours to upload because it was on a Vado video. And the Sony, even though there's some kinks that no, not chinks, okay, kinks that I like to work out. Yeah, I say that on purpose. There are people out there that are calling me racist, and I'll tell you what, I get along really, really well with all colors, you know, and, you know, fact, Jeff Gallion, you guys could hire a private detective to interview Mark Brandon somewhere, Supermax Federal Prison, for the next 280 years of life, and if he's holding up, man, he was better looking than Mel Gibson, only he wasn't short. He was 6 foot, 6'1", and he looked like he knew how to fight, man. And I was a sophomore, ditching high school, and Dave, Brandon ended up on his back immediately, okay, in the middle of Encinitas on El Camino Real, okay, 1,000 yards maybe from sheriff's substation, closer, and he just got out of the federal pen that every day for tax evasion, right? And you know what? I reared back to punch, and I thought, I'm gonna get fucking suspended from school. So I said, are we clear what happened here? And he nodded, and I said, bounce. And so in the heat of battle, I had the clarity of mind, you know, to act like a knight, man. And he loved me because he didn't get violated and go back to the federal pen for your violation. And, you know, while you're here, all dotted up, fucked up, right? Because, you know, I knocked out 5 guys at one time at Juanita's, man. Seriously. Fact, not fiction, guys. I knew Boogaloo before and after he drew the bad boy, all right? Does it kind of look like me? And, yeah, they should make a movie about that. Asshole high school football coaches surrounding me, okay? You know, the guys that played and weren't good enough to, you know, make it to the next level, but never could really give it up. And I was standing on the counter at Juanita's, man, and I got bumped, right? And I looked behind me, two guys. My friends are right behind me, man, eating. They're not alert to it just quite yet. And so I rolled the fucking dice, man. I went out all in. Bam! And I took his grill out. And so, like I said before, 4 attackers turned into 3, like, boom, boom, boom. And then number 5 walked through the fucking door, you know, a handsome guy, okay, in a non-gay way. Trust me, Rachel Town. I thought you were fake, girl. You know what? You're deaf. You can't call on the phone, but you can't even text. And then you say that you're coming down here, even though I haven't shown much interest. And you know what? You know, we can meet. And I say, well, sure, why not? You know, you're coming down to see another guy, was it? And then I get this text that, you know, if we meet, you know, I'd have to drive you back 2.5 hours somewhere. So 2.5 times 2.5, that's 5. That's damn near half a tank of gas. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm pouring shit. And it's not like I don't get offers from women that I've already pleasured here, okay? And it's not like I don't get telephone calls from, like, Jess up the hill. Yeah, Rose's sister. That was right when I learned how to play the violin, as a matter of fact. And the fact that I've upgraded the Kama Sutra. Seriously. Simple, ladies. What you do when you're being orally pleasured is have them take their left hand, and instead of grabbing your titty, okay, or grabbing your ass, what they do is they press on your belly, okay, right about here, okay, right above the pubic bone, and touch fingertips with the inside fingers and find that spot and violin around, and then stimulate the clit, either with your mouth, or if you want to get really deep, you know what, with your thumb. You know what? Lubricated, Astroglide, not spit. Yeah. Anyways, and then beforehand, tell your partner your favorite sexual fantasy, the thing that you think about that really, really gets you off. And what I could be doing, you know, is playing the violin with my hands, okay, and using my mouth to stimulate your mind and take you to another level. All right, like I did Chris Poole, a student over at Dave Marinova's. Hi, Chris. You know what? I'm going to be rich. So if this causes you major concern telling the truth, you know, I'll pay you off. I'll be able to afford it. And she'd been raped, okay, like so many women out there. And she had trouble orgasming. She liked sex, okay, loved it, in fact. But that mental block, maybe in 2 hours, and I said, I'm going to shatter that within the first 5 minutes. And in fact, not fixed. You probably think I'm full of shit, but you think, you know what, you don't look half bad, so I'll give you a shot, even though you're probably lying. And, you know, I said, you're probably thinking that. So here's a deja vu moment for you, girl, all right? After the first, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, okay, I'm going to stop, okay? And I've already shattered your record. And I'm going to laugh like this. I'm going to say, I wasn't lying, was I? And you're going to respond, and as soon as you do, it's not even going to escape your lips. I'm going to put my mouth back on your pussy, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to rock your world, girl. I'm going to take you to the fountain of orgasm, and I did. And that escape your lips part, Jeff Gallion. They can make a movie. All right, Dave Huckabee locked up in jail, and Dan Quinn. Okay, him. What would he do in certain situations? Like, you know, when I was shaving at the branch, and there were newbies standing in the doorway. All right, they were gonna get the yard fucked off. I didn't care. I was reading my books. I just got switched to weekends from doing straight time, so my ex didn't go fucking bananas because my mom was on the attack. And yeah, so I'm shaving, and the blackhead houseman comes in and verbally blasts the guys that were standing in the door. Cool, okay, they had it coming. And then he does the same thing in our direction. And I said, are you talking to me? And he said, who the fuck do you think I'm talking to? And I walked up to him, and I say it one more time, man. I'm going to plant you in the ground. And I waited, and he didn't say shit. And I said, that's what I thought, man. I'm going to my bunk. I'm going to read my book. And so I did. I laid down, and he comes up, and he says, roll it up. I said, you're fucked up, crazy. And he said, no, roll it up, man. I said, fuck you in the neck. And I continued to read. And he said, then I'll do it. And I said, you know what? You rat me out, man. If I get fucking converted to straight time and my ex starts going through it again, I'm going to find you when I get out, and I'm going to do you, okay? Fact, not fiction. And I continued to read, and he went up to rat me out, and a table full of angry black men, I don't know, 7, 10, 12, ass guys that were there, man. They started to grumble about what they should do, could do, you know, fuck me up and shit. And finally I had enough, man. And I stood up and I walked out to the center aisle, right? And I took off my shirt and I started to stretch. And I said, if anybody has a problem here, step up and let's handle this, man. And no one did. And I said, that's what I thought. I'm going to continue to read. Can you give me some quiet, man? And you know, things changed, dog. And you know what? Fact, not fiction, Jeff Gallion. Because Dave Huckabee has disparaged me, seriously, I slandered you, Dave Huckabee. You know, you're the heavyweight champ of what, Northern California, and yeah, I slandered you in what way? I never talked about your kids, man. I said one time at Ross Clifton versus you before the fight, I saw you and your boy, and it was kind of like majestic, man. You know, father son. You know, before the fight. And I was seeing this, you know, and I was thinking Norman Rockwell moment. And then your son looked up, and we made eye contact, and I turned away, okay? I could have continued, you know what I'm saying? What? It probably would have alerted you, you know, and I could have said, yeah, it's on, whatever. And I didn't. And I get a call from Ugly Vago saying, you know, what's this about you talking about Dave Huckabee's kids, man? It wasn't, is there any truth to you talking about Dave Huckabee's kids? You know what? Didn't believe it, but just wanted to, you know, like check with you. And so, you know, because I was a little pissed, you know, I said, what the fuck, man? Basically, why are you the one that's calling me, asking me? And you know, and maybe I was a little disrespectful, no intentions of doing it like that. But, you know, when things piss me off, man, you know what? I'm a guy. Sometimes, you know, I fuck up. Yeah, like with Otis Griffin. Otis, fact. When I read that Harry Gopal had knocked me out, and you would type something that was kind of disparaging, and yeah, I was already pissed about something, and so I typed Nymega, and not in a racial way, but you being from the South and then thinking about Cedric Figueroa, would I have said that to him? No. It's become common, and Harry Gopal said that I was his nigga, right? And I said, can I say that to you? And so he gave me the okay and shit. And a lot of guys say it. Generally, when black guys aren't around, okay, as much I've seen. But I didn't say it racial, man. And you know, you blasted it that way, and you could have come back, you know, in a different manner. But then you had the attitude that got you in that potential, you get your ass kicked by that defensive back that actually knew how to fight and shit. And it's like this, dude. Fact, not fiction. I've heard from guys that you're a stuck-up asshole, okay? You're a world champ. You got talent, but you know what? Really, how good were you, man? Okay? You didn't burn up the NFL now, did you? And you weren't fucking at a Notre Dame type university making the play. You know what? Could you cover Alan Pinkett man for man, homeboy? Seriously. You know what? Well, ask people, all right? Did Otis Griffin have the ability to cover Alan Pinkett man and man and shut him down because he was faster than he was? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you talking about me, like, so it's like this. Apologies, all right? And I got to wrap this up now, all right? Because my son is about to come out. But fact, not fiction. Jeff Gallion, you get on the stevia that I'm going to give you. I won't attack Dave Huckabee with money and legally fuck him up, you know, and get away with it for the rest of my life. Peace out.